කොපි කරන්න බැරිද? I just shared the Google document so you can copy the code, right? Code එක copy කරලා පොඩි try එකක් දෙන්න බලන්න. Copy කරගන්න. Can you copy it? Pages දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Is it copyable? Copy කරන්න පුළුවන් නේද? So you can try this turtle program first, then I can explain what is an event and how to handle events. So copy the code, then run. Okay, I'm going to explain. Event handling. All of you. So when we run this program, there will be a turtle graphic window we call canvas, right? Then you can use the arrow keys, that means keyboard arrow keys. If you press up key, the turtle head will move 10 pixels left, down, right. Likewise, you can move. And also, if you click your left mouse button, then color of the turtle graphics will be changed between uh, blue and red, right? we call swap between blue and in default color is black, no, but you can change it to you can swap the colors, right? Other thing is that if you press the right mouse button, then there will be a stamp. Then මේ අර you know what is a stamp? Seal එකක් වගේ එකක් හැදෙනවා. Okay, that is the main idea behind this program. Okay, so I'm going to explain this. When you press A, you will be going out of the program. We call end of the program. Okay, now look at the code, everybody. So here we initially define some functions. All of you, some functions, what is called up function, upward 100 pixel movement, down means downward, set heading 270 means downward, then left to right hand side direction 100, right? So in addition to that, we have exit function. I will explain it. So normally event means in computer, event means pressing a key, we call keystroke, pressing a key, movement of the mouse or click on a mouse button are considered as events. Event එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොනවා හරි. Usually we call party or meeting, something like that. It's an event. But in computer, pressing click on the mouse click, mouse movement, key එකක් press කරනකොට අපි කියන්නේ strike එකක් කියලා. And let's say you have a printer, there may be a paper jam or something like that. They are considered as events, right? So event handling means when we have an event, occurrence of an event, we have to do some actions, necessary actions, right? For example, during the break, there was an event, right? කුණු ටැක්ටරේ ආවා. නැතුව බෑ ඊයේ එන්න තිබ්බේ අද තමයි උනාට ආවේ. So that is the occurred event, the arrival of the garbage tractor. Then according to the event, we have to handle it. අපි කුණු එකතු කරපුව සතියක ඒවා තියෙනවා, ඒවා දෙන්න ඕනේ. Event handling. Power failure is an event, right? Likewise, when there is an event, we have to handle it, right? So here I am going to explain with an example how to handle simple events in Turtle graphics environment. These functions are only valid with the Turtle library. Okay. So if you want to listen to, first you have to turn it on. If you are interested with some events, then you have to turn on, we call listen. First you have to activate the listen function. You have to activate the listen function. Here we are going to end the listen function. We are going to end the listen function, start and end. Okay. Okay, when we start listen function, the program will run here to here as a loop, starting from listen to end main loop. The program will, this set of lines will be run one by one. Okay, so the first function is on key function. On key, there is a function called on key. On key means on the key pressing particular key. On key, this is the on key function. Here what happened is when the up key, the name of the up arrow is up string, right? When the up key is pressed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the up function. Up arrow key එක press කරාම I'm going to call the up function. It's up function. Then once after the up function, coming back to the program, right? Likewise, if it is down function is pressed, go to the down function. If the left key is pressed, right key is pressed, go to the corresponding function. When A is pressed, go to the function called exit. There is a function called exit. Yeah. This is exit function. In exit function, what happens is end of the program will be printed and having some delay. After 10-second delay function is there. No? Delay function. There's another function called done is called. Done with the done function, you can stop the listening. Now you are going to listen and you have done it. That's what. Okay. So on key is the function used to handle keyboard, right? That means keyboard click or keyboard press or keyboard stop. And on screen click is used to handle mouse functions, right? Usually mouse has 3 keys, no? Left key, right key, as well as the scroll button. Scroll button can be pressed, no? Right? Usually left one is considered as number 1. Left button is number 1. The middle one is scroll is number 2, and number 3 for right mouse button. Now on screen click is the function that we have to use to handle the mouse clicks, right? Then I am going to call click left function. If it is 1 means left button. The event is left mouse button is click. Now event is right mouse button click, right? So ඒකදී අපි කරලා තියෙන්නේ left එක දැම්මම පස්සේ 1 එකට දැම්මම click left. Click left means I'm going to change the pen color to red or blue. Right? If current pen color is blue, change to red. Otherwise it will change in between red and blue. When it is a right click, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the right function. Then I'm going to put the stamp function. Clear? So this is a simple event handling example. Okay, අපි දැන් left එක press right එක press කරපු ගමන් තමයි stamp එකක් එන්නේ. You can go upward, downward. Likewise, left එක press කරාම තමයි color එක change වෙන්නේ. Color එක මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ colors දෙකකට මාරු වෙන්න තමයි දාලා තියෙන්නේ. Stamp කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම vector එකක් වගේ මොකක් හරි අඳින්න ඕන නම් මේක පාවිච්චි කරලා අඳින්න පුළුවන්. Okay, only limited functions. We can move upward, downward, left, right. A is used to exit. I'm going to press A. It will say end of the program and it will wait for 10 seconds and exit the program. You have to use the listen function, always when it is a event handling start with listen. Listen කියන්නේ අපි එතන ඉඳලා අර main loop එක වෙනකන් waiting, right? Waiting කියන්නේ එක loop එකක් වගේ continuously it will run, and if there is an occurrence of an event, appropriate function will run. Listen is also a turtle program, a turtle function. All listen, on key, on screen click, main loop, and done or delay, all are turtle functions. Okay. Event handling is a separate topic to be discussed. Usually if you are doing higher level programming like C#, event handling will be one of the major topic, but our programming just sequential programming in Python, so that's why I did not discuss that much of event handling. I want to introduce this concept. Listen එකක් දාලා එහෙම තමයි event එක event handling part එක කියලා තමයි මෙතන ඉඳලා මෙතෙන්ට කියන්නේ. මේ ටික තමයි event handling. එක event එක අනුව තමයි මේ up වුණොත් down වුණොත් left right ඒව අනුව එහෙම අදාළ function එකක් තමයි call කරන්නේ. We have some idea about this, so later you can modify this and you can do whatever you want. Event handling in Python. Then we can move into practical number 20, errors and exceptions in Python. Okay, so we will move into error handling. All of you. So turn to page number 30, practical number 20, errors and exceptions in Python. There are two distinguishable kinds of errors. There are two types of errors. The two types are syntax errors and exceptions. We'll see syntax errors and exceptions. All of you. So if I write for I in range 5, print hello. Okay, this program will run without errors. No errors here. Okay, but we know that if you miss the tab, it says during the compile time, the program will not run. It says the indent problem, right? And let's say this colon is missing. It says invalid syntax, right? So these are some different types of errors. But if you type it here, I in range 5, print hello, you can clearly see the type of the error. Now the error is name error. Name error. Range. No error here. If I miss the semicolon, it is considered as syntax error. Right? Normally, when it is a syntax error, we cannot run the program. Now, this is a syntax error, no? Therefore, we cannot run the program. But there are some cases we can run the program we can run the program. But somewhere when there is an error, right, you will end up with the program. Now, in this case, print is not properly given. It is called name error. It is not syntax error. Now, during the runtime, okay, this error occurred. For example, syntax errors means the invalid use of the Python coding style. We call grammatical errors. Okay, syntax errors, also known as parsing errors, are perhaps the most common kind of complaints you get while you are still learning Python. Right now, we have parsing. Now, most of the time we can manage our codes without syntax errors. Okay, the error is detected at the function print, since the colon is make this example. This is while true. No, you have to put colon. So this is a syntax error. Exceptions are even if a statement or expression is syntactically correct. I can see that this code is syntactically correct. You have to put colon, tab, everything. The only problem is the name error, right? It may cause an error when an exception is made to execute it. Errors detected during the execution are called exceptions, right? The errors during the execution are called exceptions. Like the term except means except කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ we can avoid it, right? The සමහර වෙලාවට මේක syntax error එකක් විදියට ගන්න. This is not a syntax error, no. So you can give exception එකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් අපි කියන්නේ. ඒකට නිකන් ඒක අනුමත කරන්න පුළුවන් වගේ එකක්. මේක approved කරලා තියෙන. මේක approve කරලා තියෙන්නේ. It is syntactically correct කියලා approve කරලා තියෙනවා. We have approved that. The Python interpreter have approved this as a error-free program, as a syntax error-free program. But is still some errors. ඒක අනුමත කරලා වගේ තියෙන්නේ කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒක syntax error එකක් නෑ කියලා කිව්වට වෙන error එකක් එනවා. That's it. Okay. Errors එකට අපි මේවට runtime errors කියලාත් කියනවා. Okay. Runtime errors කියලා කියනවා. Exceptions වලට කියන්නේ run වෙනකොට තමයි error එක වෙන්නේ. Syntax errors එන්නේ run කරන්න කලින් run වෙන්න කලින්ම ඒ error එක identify වෙනවා. මොකද අපිට code එකක් මෙතන මෙහෙම run කරන්න බෑ. එහෙමද? මේ code එකේ මොන හරි syntax error එකක් තිබ්බොත් මේක run කරන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. හරි? But invalid syntax කියලා වැටෙනවා. මෙතන මම දැන් colon එක දැම්මම පස්සේ මේක run වෙනවනේ. අපි මෙතන මොකක් හරි අකුරක් වෙනස් කරොත් ඒක run වෙනවා. run වුණාන් පස්සේ අර interpreter එකේ තමයි error එක එන්නේ මෙතන. print is not defined කියලා. Okay. There are several or many types of exception errors you may have faced it. Right here, divided by 0. Mathematically or syntactically, this statement is correct. Right? It says 0 division error. Right here, it says this variable is not defined, name error. Right? Type error, because you are going to add the string and integer. Okay. The usually last line of the error message indicates what happened. Exceptions come in different types, and the type is printed as part of the message. So today we are going to learn how to handle exceptions, how to handle some exception errors. Okay. බලමු අපි කොහොමද කරන්නේ කියලා. මෙතනම අපිට පුළුවන් මෙහෙම කරන්න. while true. Now you know that I'm going to run this program. There's an input. Input is being converted into integer, right? In function is used. So if I enter number 5, no error. No error, right? But if I enter, for example, name or something like that, there will be an error, right? There will be an error because it is not possible to convert the string into integer, right? This type of error is called value error. We are expecting an integer, but we get is non-integer. So if normally what happens is you will get the message and it says that there is an error message. It says name error. Now by using try and expect situation, this is called the error exception handling. By using try and expect, you are going to try this. Sometimes there can be errors. Okay, if there is an error, we'll immediately look at what is the error. Now, what is the error? Error is it's a value error. If it is a value error, all of you, if it is a value error, then this will be printed. This will be printed. Again, this will be printed, but it will not cause to stop the program. Can you understand? Normally, when there is an error, the program during the runtime, the program is suddenly stopped. No? If somebody enter his name to this number, right? So suddenly program is stopped. No? So we can avoid it. Right? We can avoid it. So instead of producing an error, if the error type is value error, if the error type, there are different errors. No? If the error type is value error, then this will print this number. Now you know that the whole thing is placed within the while true. No? That means this will continue. Therefore, again you have to enter the. Right? So when I run this, if I enter some data, let's say A, you see, it says, oops, that was not valid number, right? Try again, try, because you have to enter this again, everything is in the while loop. So if I enter valid number, right, what happens is then break statement is run, no? As there is no any error, the break statement is run, no? Therefore entire while loop is stopped. Let's say something like this. I want to put another line here. Let's say I'm going to print 1 over x. Okay. Now when I run this program, please enter a number. So I'm going to enter 10. Okay. And it is all right, no error. Right. Now I'm going to enter 0. So 0, then 1 over 0. It says 0 division error. Division by 0. So here in this line, there is an error. That error is not handled here. No? We don't have solution to handle this type of error. What type of error? 0 division error. We don't have any solution to handle 0. So if you want, you can introduce a method to handle the 0 division error. මෙතෙන්ට අපි දානවා accept කරන්න කියලා. මේ error එක આવොත් accept කරන්න කියලා. ඒ error එක આવොතින් අර ටග් ගාලා මෙහෙම කෝඩ් එක ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක නවතින්නේ නැතුව error එක එළියට යන්නේ නැති වෙන්න අපි මෙතනින් මොකක් හරි දානවා. print please enter a non-zero number. Okay. Except exception. Okay, now if I enter 0, it is again handled, right? So that is the way of handling. It's something like if else. If within the try block, you have to put the code. It is possible to have some errors. If some errors, they can be handled. මෙන්න මේකට කියන්නේ error handler කියලා. මේකට තමයි error එක එන code එක. මෙතන තමයි error handler එක තියෙන්නේ. error handler එක. මේ තියෙන්නේ එක එන්න පුළුවන් error types තමයි. Now still there can be error which is not handled. Then what happens is there will be an error into the main program. Okay. ඔක තමයි error handling කියලා කියන්නේ. This is the basic idea behind error handling. තේරුණාද පොඩි idea එකක් ආවද? මේ code එක මම දාන්නම් අර කලින් අපි දැම්මේ. එතනටම දාන්නම් ඔයාලට. පොඩ කොපි කරලා ගත්තනම් හරි මම ෂෙයා කරලා තියෙන්නේ කලින් ડોකියුමන්ට් එකෙන්. Handling exceptions. The page number 31, you can find more details. ඒ වගේ ක්ලෝස් ටික දාගෙන යන්න තියෙන accept වෙන conditions ටික එහෙම දාගෙන එක ඒවා වෙන වෙනම handle කරන්න. if else එකක් දාලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. if එක ඇතුලේ if එකෙන් කළොත් අපිට ඕන නම් මේක handle කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේක මේ try accept එකත් if else එකක් වගේම තමයි. අපිට if else එකක් දාලා මේක handle කරන්න පුළුවන්. But this is the easiest way to handle it. අපිට දාන්න පුළුවන් if x greater than if x is not a number ඒ විදිහට එහෙම දාන්න පුළුවන්. මේක ඒකෙම තියෙන එකක් තමයි error එක handle කරන්න easy with method එක. So better to do more research, more research on exception handling. You can refer university notes and some other topics that they have discussed, right? මම හිතන්නේ event handling නම් කරලා නැහැ. They may have discussed sorting algorithms, their flow charts and pseudo codes. So better to refer them. At the same time, try to complete the practical number 21 if you did not do it yet. Most of you have done and sent me, right? Most of you have done and sent it to me. So better to try the ant and the grasshopper one. So with that, I think it's enough to discuss additional topics. So we are going to stop. We have already shared the timetable and all, so we have to continue and complete the dynamics first. Then we can move into fluid dynamics as well as real analysis and discrete maths and many other remaining topics. Okay. Okay, so we are going to stop. Stay safe.